Hey, you want to know how to have a good relationship? Obviously, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on this video. Sorry about that. You just have to watch this intro and then I'll explain.
A better you starts today.
Right. So, you're one of those chronic cycle daters that goes through 4-month heartbreaks. God, that must be fun. Well, can I just say, I'm so sorry for your loss. But also, you Barbara Streisand of Gen Z, you do need to know something. I think that the reason that you are cycling through relationships like they're fidget spinners, the reason that you are going through them and going, this is boring, and then go to the next one is, I don't think that you know what the point of a relationship is. The key to a long-term relationship, is in one that you can keep it going forever, is one where essentially you're there to help the other person grow and not vice versa. That's it. Now, if you go into that mindset, naturally, you're just going to attract someone that is like that, because eventually, even though you should never look at a relationship like this, as soon as you start looking at a relationship of just like, I got you chocolates for Valentine's Day, and in return, all I got was a Ferrari. Well, actually, that is good. But still, I feel like mine had more thought that counts, so we're even. As soon as you start thinking about it as this tit-for-tat thing, it immediately starts breaking down. What you should be looking at a relationship is, and this is even when it comes to friendships. First off, the thing that I always think is just one of the best things that I ever read in one of these relationship books, the relationship itself is a third person. Just imagine this imaginary little bubble person that comes in and out. It's not sweet thought, isn't it? And then they have one of those stupid names that was popular in celebrity things like Brangelina. Just give it that name, that bubble man. That bubble man is the third, and it is a man, is the third. Yeah, that's right. Like and subscribe if you agree, boys. That one in the center between you two, that guy is the relationship. So the relationship isn't between you two. It's kind of just you're investing in this one little bubble. It's a better way of thinking about it. Sort of like, this is not a better way. Well, you know, I think it kind of is though. So I'm going to say it anyway. You having like a joint bank account. It's like, yes, because that is like a great version of what is happening in the relationship. Yes, you two have it there, but, you know, technically, it's a corporation, and therefore it's its own person, right? That's what's happening just in terms of emotions, just in terms of interactions. What's happening is that relationship man is morphing either into a more depressed, or it's getting more angry, or it's getting happier, and it depends on what you are putting into the little bubble man. Now, when you think about it like that, don't you feel like you should be putting things into it, like you should be putting in your joint account? Here's the next point. When you have that tit-for-tat relationship of, I put in 50 cents, so you have to put in 50 cents. It's not a very good start. I was reading recently, someone was telling me about it, so I started looking it up. It was very, very interesting, which was the more that somebody puts into the big extravagant wedding with the 2 elephants at the Taj Mahal, that person is much more likely to get divorced. Because it's all about show. It's all about impression. The people that think, oh yeah, it's supposed to be married for 10 years. You get married in Vegas? Yeah, that's pretty funny. They've got a much better chance of it lasting a lot longer, because that person in their mind is not thinking, and this is the relationship killer. At the core of all of it, I want you to write this down. What's in it for me? It's not about you. It's about the bubble man. The bubble man, making the bubble man healthy. Because the thing is, once you do make the bubble man healthy, much like if you are in a long-term relationship and you do keep the joint account together, what happens? You're pooling your resources together, and as a result, everyone benefits. What always is the worst? When you're in a divorce, you're in a bit of divorce, usually the goddamn bride gets the house, and then you're out on your ass. You know? The thing is, if you are investing in the bubble man and you do leave, The fact that you have spent that time building up that bubble, man, means that you are leaving with something. You're leaving with something like you would in the joint account that is just accumulating more interest than it otherwise would have been. So, yes, you do fall into these relationships of, oh God, you sure know how to pick them. And there is those kinds of relationships, but that's just part of maturity. Eventually, when you meet one of these people that is generally, this is a very good indicator, it comes in all of the studies, I do need to repeat it again. When you do meet somebody that is generally happy with life, that's a good indicator that is going to last a long time. The second good indicator is that that person is concerned about you. They're in the relationship to build up you. Vice versa, you're in the relationship to build up them. You know what happens when you are in one of those relationships? If the relationship does end, which it very rarely does, but if the relationship does end, it's amicable, it's mature, it finishes on a high note because there is that law of reciprocation of they gave me so much. Most people are going into a relationship to cure something in themselves. That is not why you go into a relationship. Ironically, you cure the thing in yourself by focusing on the other person and giving. Then people always say, oh yeah, well my last partner, I did that. And then they, like first off, I don't really believe you. That's the first thing. But let's just say that you are an absolute angel and the other person isn't. Which I think that if that was the case, you just wouldn't have been in the relationship with the person anyway. And it's fine. Dude, I was in some shocker relationships. We all were. But you kind of learn after a while. Hopefully. But the thing is, let's just say that you were giving the whole time and then there was no reciprocation. That relationship will naturally end. I can guarantee you it will. Of course it will. Is this starting to make sense? Going into a relationship is to cure the other person, not you. You cure yourself by being in that relationship and having the adult decision to care about someone that isn't part of your family like they're a family member. That is an adult decision. That's why you aren't in a long-term relationship. You're looking, because I know this about young people especially, because I'm just reading all the research all the time. They have a very insecure outlook on life, unlike any other generation before them. And I'm exploiting it. At Jordan Shanks, you can sign up for 3 extra videos. Well, you've got a problem, I've got the solution. I'm your plumber. Come on, you've got some leaky pipes. You come to me to solve your problems. You give me money to do it. You don't put those problems on someone else. Sign up, links in the description. Come to my seminars as well, by the way. The seminars are great. I personally reckon, dude, they've got, who'd have guessed, Jordan Shanks seminars have the Jordan Shanks sign of approval. That's mine. I thought of that. No one else. Not even any chimp that did that, cut their thumb off and send it to me. So I can use it to hold up cigars. So, that's what I want you to remember about all of this. Send me chimp thumbs. And also sign up to that. Go to the Jordan Shanks site. But I'll just leave you with this. Get your tickets. You won't regret it. It's great every week. But just remember this one little tidbit of information. Long-term relationships, over and over again, it is always founded on the thought that this is so that both of us are going to grow together into better people separately by investing in this sort of emotional bank account. It's always just this feeling of being in the relationship, just the act of being in the relationship and trying to keep it going and working the problems out. That's what's causing us to grow as people. That's what's making us less selfish. It's kind of the same as becoming a good parent. But that's the first step, obviously, that you find someone that you can do that so that you are able to divvy out those chores of raising a fucking monster. Am I right? So, make sure that you write that down. Also, if you would like, can you please write down some of your hilarious relationship shockers so that we can laugh about it? Because now that I've got it edited for this is going to be great. We are just going to be doing a bunch of just reading out your comments, and I think that would be a great one. Just tell us about some of the shocker breakups that you've had. Not the sad ones. I don't want to read out the sad ones. I want to read out the funny ones, especially the really movie-esque ones. Any of those, let us know. And then, come to my seminar. Sign up to Jordan Shanks. Links in the description. I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe.